Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Hey, this is the series that we're going to kick off on our 2017 Yukon SLT. It's a beautiful SUV, guys. If you've ever seen these, I know you've seen them before. They're everywhere. They share the same platform as a Tahoe, and many of them have the same engine as a Sierra Silverado pickup trucks. This one happens to have the 5.3 direct injection, displacement on demand, active fuel management, which has its own issues that I can talk about more at the end of this video and show you what I've done about it. But today, we're going to do some unboxing, what you see here, of a facelift that we're going to give this Yukon that is easy to do, relatively inexpensive, maybe except for that big box, and doesn't take very long at all. So let's get to it. Okay, guys, here are the 3 boxes that I ordered on Amazon. By the way, if you guys are interested in these parts or something similar, I'll leave links down in the description so you can go check it out. So as you can see, there's 3 items here. Now, what do you guys think they are? Go ahead, leave a comment in the description. There's three things here again, and just give it your best guess. We're going to go with the smallest box first. I actually haven't seen these yet. I literally got these within a day or two on Amazon, and I was quite excited to see them so early. So the packaging is pretty nice. A lot of bubble wrap. I don't know about you guys, but I saved the bubble wrap, and it is looks like it's folded up pretty well. Okay, guys, what do you think it is? Okay, start the drum roll, please. Ta-da! Okay, guys. What you're looking at here are some blacked out fog lamp bezels for the bumper area. They're chrome black around the edge, which is normally brushed stainless trim. And then you got a matte black finish right around the actual fog lamp itself. First impression, well, they're plastic. They look pretty good. And this one doesn't have any flaws in it. And of course, ordering from Amazon, you have the ability to send parts back when they have flaws. So I encourage you guys to really check them out. Let's look at the next one here. Again, bubble wrapped, pretty nice. So far, no loose parts. And here you go, guys. Nice looking part. I don't really see any dings. I don't see any damage. It's definitely going to get bugs and stuff splattered on the road, that's for sure. You guys guess what it could be yet? I highly recommend you don't destroy this box until you've really had a chance to inspect these parts and fit them up to your vehicle. All right, guys. Can you guess yet what it is? It's not floor mats. All right. Yep, you guessed it. A brand new grill. All right, guys, look at that. All right, this is a gloss finish, painted black plastic of some kind, front grille for the Yukon. I believe it would be the same thing on a Tahoe, except maybe the front emblem piece that I showed you would probably be slightly different. But so far, I'm not seeing any flaws that I would be concerned about. All the holes seem to be there, which is a good thing. And some of you who have purchased these kind of parts may have noticed in the past that some vendors don't cut out the C and the G for the emblems. Sometimes they're a square black piece, and people have to take a Dremel to it. But these look pretty good. It also has the solid upper deflection area here. And in our next video, when I install these, you'll see why it's there. Okay, otherwise, pretty nice part, guys. Tell me what you think in the comments. All right, now for the probably the most expensive thing that I did here. Have you guys figured it out yet? Let me know in the comments. Now again, save this packaging in case something doesn't work out right. Okay, as you can see, the packaging looks pretty good. You guys have already probably figured it out what it is. There we go. This is a right side, it's a right side Morimoto headlight. A complete unit. And I love this plastic, the way they've protected the lens. Look at that, guys. Beautiful. Let me. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, now I got it right set up. As you can see, there's 3 separate LED apertures right there. It's a completely sealed unit, and all the wiring is included. All you got to do is mount them and plug them in. This Yukon and all of them like it in this generation have the displacement on demand and active fuel management nightmare. I say it's a nightmare because the systems aren't really designed for longevity. They're designed for the new OEM buyer to get you through the warranty period and to meet the federal mileage mandates that were mandated years ago. And this is just one of the technologies that manufacturers came up with to try to meet those requirements. Now, we have this Yukon active fuel management disabled with a plug that goes into the OBD2 port. Now, there's plenty of videos on this technology, but I'll leave a link to the Amazon store where you can get one of those plugs. But they should work on all Yukons, maybe even Tahoes, 2015 and 2019. It disables shutting down half the cylinders while you're putting around town or cruising on the freeway. It goes from a V8 to a V4. That entire system is so complex that they're prone to failure. They chew up your cam, and then you end up needing a top end rebuild. And worst case, you need an entire engine rebuild. Not fun. One of the other things I did, which I didn't video, is I removed the mechanical vacuum pump that's also prone to failure. Now it has an oil gallery or galley supply and return right up on the side of the block. And since it's a mechanical fuel pump, which is prone to failure as well, it sends metal right back into your engine. Again, I don't have to explain what that would do to your engine if that happened. Mine was making a noise, so I did some links. I went to YouTube University and found out there's an easy fix for less than $100, and it wasn't hard at all. The hard part was removing the vacuum pump. It took about a better part of 4 hours, but it was so revitalizing, so liberating to get rid of that thing, and then going right back to the Manifold vacuum standard for the power brake booster. It works beautifully, no noises, no vacuum leaks. I couldn't be happier. One of the other mods that I did was install an oil catch can. Now, these are, again, super simple to install. It takes 10, 15 minutes, longer if you're really taking your time. And what it does is it keeps your intake valves and intake track and your pistons and your cylinders from getting excessive carbon buildup, which could really affect your performance and your longevity, reliability. Because as you know, maybe you don't know, direct injection engines don't have fuel injectors upstream of your valve train. Thus, your valves don't get the benefit of a fuel bath to keep them clean. The positive crankcase ventilation vapor, oil vapor, goes right back into the intake tract and gums everything up over time. Fuel injectors will get gummed up or fail. Valves get crusted up. And if you use the wrong kind of cleaner and method, it will destroy your catalytic converter. And so I highly recommend these oil catch cans. There's a ton of videos online about how to install them. I'll, again, leave a link down in the description to the kind I used and maybe a couple alternatives for you guys to go check out. All right, that's it for this video, guys. We're going to go ahead and get installing on those, and I'll put out another video with the installation and how it looks afterwards. So as always, hit like, subscribe, let us know what you think, and share pictures of your Yukon or videos, and tell us all about it.